I got some new fish, but that's not all. We're doing a major renovation here in the fish cave. Discus are going into 210. Africans are going into 450, along with the 20 new African cichlids I just got from imperialtropicals.com. Discount code at the end of the video. Are you ready? It's gonna be crazy. Let's go! So what's going on here? Why the big renovation? Well, ever since rehoming my two arowana from the 450-gallon tank, I had to decide what was the future plans for it. I polled the audience and a majority of you chose the option to move the Discus into the 210, and we're gonna do a fully planted aquascape for those Discus, plus add a few more new Discus, that's coming soon. And then all the Africans in the 210 are gonna move to the bigger tank, the 450-gallon tank, as well as 20 brand new African cichlids, so we can get it really nice and overstocked. You guys know the way I like it. The Africans in turn will have plenty of swimming space inside the 450-gallon, which also has the custom aquarium seamless sump underneath, so it'll be much more easier to maintain and keep the water clean. And the Discus now will be able to enjoy a planted aquascape, helping to keep the water cleaner itself. And because it's a smaller tank, I could actually get into the 210 and do my maintenance that's required with a planted tank. I've learned a little bit from that planted tank, so I'm getting a little better, you know? And yes, we have tons of material to get this project going. Okay, enough talking about it. Step number one is going to be cleaning and rinsing out that Sea Chem Pearl Beach substrate. Why are we doing Pearl Beach substrate? Because African cichlids require hard water and a high pH. One of the best ways to accomplish that is by using either crushed coral or aragonite sand as your substrate. And Pearl Beach has got all those minerals required to do just that. Like most substrates, it needs to be rinsed out just to get all that residue off of there. You don't want to spend days and days with a cloudy tank just because you didn't rinse off your substrate. Now for the new Discus tank, which will be planted, we're gonna go with Aquasolum's soil so that the plants can get the nutrients from the substrate, as well as capping it off with some regular old pool sand. It's gonna look real nice. So as that substrate is rinsing out, we're gonna get to draining the tank and removing the fish. Now here's the plan. I got a big old tote, something like 100 gallons maybe, where I'm gonna hold all of the Discus while I completely drain the tank, remove all of the substrate, remove all of the decor, and get it ready to set up for the African cichlids. Vavison 2600 gallon per hour pump. It's the pump I use to drain all my tanks. Link will be in the description. Some of you might ask, why are the Discus getting removed first and the Africans moving first? Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm gonna do a full planted aquascape for the Discus, which is gonna require a little bit more time from me. So I want to not be rushed while I do that. Number two, there are brand new African cichlids in a box right now, and we gotta get them out of there. So the faster way of doing things is to move the Africans right into the 450 once it's ready for them, unbox the new African cichlids, show all of those studs to you guys, get all of them in the 450 together, and then, depending on the time frame, I could either start aquascaping the 210 for the Discus or just get the Discus right in there temporarily until I get enough time to do what I gotta do. 30 minutes later, look at the difference. Check that out. Good enough for me. Even the water rinsing out is nice and clear. Let's go. Now, before I completely drain this tank, I'm gonna keep some of the tank water and fill the bin with that. Not for reasons that you might think, but because I want the Discus to be in the same temperature and pH, or as close as possible to it, while they're in this new stressful situation. Tank water is gonna be the best bet.
Houston, we have a problem.
Get a load of this. Look at my flood. Look. Yeah, how about that? How about that? How about that? Yeah, my toe sprung a leak, but I got over it pretty quickly. I was excited to get on with the project. But as I pulled this thing out of my doorway, it actually got a lot worse right before getting out of the frame. Check the reflection. A gaping hole cracked open and all the water came gushing out right before pulling it all the way out of the door. Oh, nice. I guess it's a good thing I have tile floors. So after that disaster, your boy's gotta go to Home Depot and get a new bin. I'll be right back. My bad, I misspoke. It's a 57-gallon tote, but we got a brand new one now, so let's start over. Moral of the story, leak check your bins before you fill them up. So I've been trying to dry up this whole floor, but I realized I'm probably gonna make a wet mess anyway, so dried it up enough, let's get back to it. Now we go out the door, where the water belongs. Even though the tank is still draining, we could still go ahead and start netting some discus. Let's see how many we could get. All right. That's why I stopped cleaning the floor, because I'm gonna make water. There's gonna be water on the floor regardless. Now there is a bristlenose pleco in here that I know I'm not gonna be able to find because he's always hanging out behind the background. But there's also a bristlenose pleco in here that also is always hiding behind the background. So I'm not gonna have the strength to try to get them. I'm not pulling the backgrounds off, so hopefully they adjust to their new water parameters well. But the green phantom is definitely coming out of here. If I find them. When I find them. All right, so we'll drain it as far as it can drain, and then we'll get the shop vac and get all that substrate out of there. For here, I'm gonna put my air pump, get an air stone in here, get a heater in here, make them nice and comfortable. Whoa, whoa. I'm not trying to pull a hammy out here. I'm trying to move some fish. Yeah, you guys are next. Put that right here for now. Don't jump. Shop vac time.
Excellent!
All right, here we go. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because I've had about enough of this. I vacuum out most of the heavy detritus areas to make the tank as clean as possible, but there's just way too much sand. And when I think about all the black diamond blasting sand that I've got to take out of the 210, I got a lot of work ahead of me. So instead, what I'm gonna do is leave this little bit of pool sand in here. It's not gonna hurt anything. And add the aragonite sand on top of it. Also, what I'm telling myself is that there's still bristlenose pleco in this tank behind the background somewhere. And if I took all the substrate and all of the water out of the tank, he might drown back there. So let's leave this little bit of water, you know, from here to here. Let's leave that little bit of substrate and let's move on. Am I scratching my tile? I hope not. Now this tank takes time to fill. So as I add in the new substrate, I'm gonna go ahead and start filling at the same time. Also to give that pleco some more water. And yes, as it fills, I'm gonna dose 450 gallons worth of Chem Prime right into the tank, which is somewhere around 50 milliliters, give or take. Bam. Start the dechlorination process right off the bat. For those of you that don't know what this tool is, some of you do know, this is my patent pended substrate quicker super scooper picker upper, okay? Patent pended, you can't find it anywhere, you can't buy it anywhere, it's only part of the fish cave, all right? Also, I forgot to mention, we still have brand new fish in the box that have got to get out of those bags. So I'm gonna opt for moving a lot quicker. Okay, now, is that enough substrate, guys? I don't know. And can't really see through the water right now. Tank is a mess, looks disgusting. But we're gonna stop right there with the substrate, fill the tank up, do a couple of tests on the pH once it's full. Granted, it's not gonna change instantly, but I wanna see just where we're starting with, because the African cichlids that are in that box are most likely coming from high pH environment. So we'll let the tank fill up. If I need more aragonite sand, I got 8 more bags that I could put in after. I'm not even gonna bother rinsing the rest of those bags if I need to add them. But let's clean up a little bit. It's looking nasty over here. I knew I shouldn't have worn my new KaveMan shirt for this project. You know what? As the tank fills, let's be proactive and float these new guys. Here we go. They sent me about 20 new studs. Bam. These boys are coming to you from ImperialTropicals.com. Use code KaveMan5 for a 5% discount, ImperialTropicals.com. Let's see what kind of studs they sent me. Heat pad still warm, always a good sign. Nice. So we got 2 big old bags. Oh boy. All right, let's start with this one. Look at that. Whoa, it's heavy. All right, I see a lot of bags in here. Let's see what we got. First one out the bag. Could be a giraffe cichlid. Oh, we got names here. And it is a giraffe cichlid. All right, check it out. These guys are gonna go straight into float zone. Boop. We're gonna get them acclimated to the temperature first and foremost. All right, next. Oh, that guy's blue. Alunacara Stuart Grunty. Okay, nice and blue. Beautiful color. Deep blue in the body and the face. Good size. This looks like 4 inches, maybe? 3 or 4 inches. It's floaty. You guys keep count, all right? Keep count what we got here. He's another beautiful blue guy. Let me see what he looks like. Oh, a star sapphire. One of my favorites. Not chipped up yet, but I bet you soon he will be. Some water in this bag. Okay, this bag definitely leaked. But he's still alive in there. Oh, he's barely alive. And the thing is totally wet. Fish upside down. Barely alive. You see all the water missing, but he is still alive. Here's what I'm gonna do, okay? I'm gonna open this bag. He's going straight in the water. Why? Because he needs oxygen first and foremost before acclimation. We've been through this before, all right? Let me get my scissors. This is what you do when you have an emergency and you get a fish like this. They need oxygen first. And yeah, he's going in bag water and all. And he's swimming, okay? He's gone. Can't see him in that cloud, but he was swimming as soon as he hit the water. And he had a beautiful, beautiful color. That was a beautiful color. Let me try to read this paper and see what we got. Paper's all tore up. He could have been a Z-Rock. I thought I saw a little yellow blaze over the back of his head, maybe. But I can't tell because the paper's all wet and all tore up. Oh boy, look at this beautiful guy. These guys have some dope color. OB Peacock, 4 to 5 inch male. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's a good thing that I added the Sea Prime as I started filling up, because that tank would have been full of chlorine for that one fish that went in the water already. Another guy, he's a big guy. Tangerine Tiger. And he's spunky too. That water's dirty in there. He's been pooping. Some of the bags have a bit of a drip on them, and that might be because the main... Oh no, look at this guy. Are you alive? He is alive. Look, he is alive. Look. Another one going right into the tank. Scissors. Scalpel. Right in there. Good luck, buddy. Yes, bag water and all, guys. Don't freak out, okay? It's a 450-gallon tank. Little bit of bag water, whatever may or may not be in there, is not going to affect the tank. Oh, and I know what you guys are going to ask. Why am I not quarantining these new guys? We're going to get into that in a second, all right? Let me get all the Africans into the 450, and we'll discuss that. Here's another beautiful guy. Looks like a peacock of some kind. The bag is dripping because the main big bag is wet at the bottom. And last guy in this bag, fully sealed and complete. San Fran Peacock. Never heard of that one. San Fran Peacock. All right, so we opened 2 bags. 2 of them are in the tank already. This bag is done. So what I'm gonna do this time is, when I open this second bag, check out the second bag. Okay. I'm gonna look for any depleted bags first. Okay, everybody looks good except maybe this guy. This one's a little flat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that color. A Eureka red. Eureka red peacock. That boy is red, orange, and blue. Little loss of air in the bag, but he's doing okay. Floaty. All the other bags look good in here. Woo-wee. This looks like a raspberry. I can't really see it. Looks like a blue raspberry. I can't read the name, but he's a little stressed looking. Not too much color. You know what? The fact that they're going into cloudy water is probably good, so they're not too shocked by so much sunlight right now. Remember, they were in a box that was closed and in the dark for over 24 hours. And now they're just exposed to light. That could stress them out. You hear me just trying to figure out good reasons why my tank is so cloudy? This is a big boy. A Waltery peacock. I like these. Little yellow on the dorsal fin. No, excuse me. Yellow on the top of his body, but white on the tip of his dorsal fins. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And he's big. He's a big uns. Oh, I see a lot of color right here. Bam. That could be a dragon blood right off the bat because he looks beautiful. Albino Eureka peacock. I was wrong. Look at that color. Look at those fins. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yo, Mike. So far, so good. These Africans are on fire. Wow. There's the yellow blaze that I was talking about earlier. This is an iceberg. Let me see. Yellow blaze iceberg, 4 to 5 inch male. Oh boy, he definitely has that yellow blaze. Yes, sir. Guys, I forgot to count. This guy doesn't have too much color. Eastern hap. Oh, the first hap. Eastern hap. All right, let's hope he colors up. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll count all the bags that are floating, plus the 2 guys that we put into the tank. Another little stud. Little washed out in color. Oh, I like the tail. Tail fin has some pink and red on it. What is he? Thick skin obliquidens. Obliquidens? Thick skin obliquidens. I don't know. Getting a little rare in here. Discus check. They're all huddled up together. Everybody's good. Okay. Bam. A Taiwan reef hat. One of my favorites. Taiwan reef. These color up beautifully. Beautifully. They will. Promise. I like that I think I've only seen so far 1 African cichlid that I actually already have. Everything else looks like something else. I think Mike put a lot of thought into that. It's not just an accident. Nagra flametail. Flametail right there. Those guys get beautiful color too. Pretty good size. I see blue in the face and I see a bunch of stress stripes. But we got a yellowhead peacock. Nakinata Bay. Oof. I don't know how good you guys can tell, but we're gonna plop them in. And last but definitely not least, we have a Turkish peacock. Oh, that's nice blue. Nice blue in the face, nice white in the dorsal fin. Little hint of blue on that fin as well. Very active. All right, that's it. Now, even though you saw me put the bag water right into the tank from those 2 guys, we're obviously not going to do that for all of these bags. We did that for the emergency bags. Some of you tend to freak out by putting a fish directly into a tank, but you have to consider the context of when there's an emergency and the fish is begging for air, lacking oxygen. The number 1 priority is not, hey, acclimate them to the temperature, acclimate them to the pH, acclimate them to the salinity if it's a saltwater tank. No, none of that. The first thing that you need to do is get them into oxygenated water, which is what I did for those 2 guys. Let's count how many bags we got. I see 1, 2, 3. Let's start from the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And the 2 that are in there make 19. Mike, you shorted me 1. Let's count one more time. Unless there's a bag that went under. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and the 2 that went into the tank, 20. I miscounted. Mike, my apologies. I take it back. What a disaster we have in here. Big project, big project. Let's let that tank finish filling up. And then we'll take, oh, look who's poking out in the front of the glass. Look. You see him? Can you see him? Oh, look who it is. Swimming a little bit weird, but swimming nonetheless. And that is a very good sign for his survival. And I see them both. Oh, I just saw them both. I just saw them both come to the front of the glass. Hopefully we caught that on camera. But both of them are alive and swimming in that water. We'll give it 15 or 20 minutes just so that they can acclimate to the temperature of that new water that's being added. Then we're gonna do a test for pH. I wanna know where that tank is right now before opening those bags and get everybody else in there. Look at him right there. You see him right there? See him right there? Survivor! I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. Look at those two guys swimming in that cloud. Let's go. Let's pH check this water. I'm gonna go straight for the high range pH because if the high range is too low, then the pH is not high enough yet. Oh boy, we're looking good right off the bat. Look at that color. Purplish on the high range pH. So we are somewhere on the high range pH scale, let the camera focus, somewhere between 8.2 and 8.4, which to me is absolutely perfect. That Pearl Beach aragonite sand is releasing a ton of minerals into the water, giving us the hard water that we want, giving us high pH. That's gonna be perfect for the African cichlids. Let's open these bags up. First one up is the thick skin obliquidens, the one that I couldn't pronounce. Now let me say something, guys. I'm shooting in 4K, and for what I know, 4K is supposed to allow me to zoom in and still have high quality. If it doesn't work, it's not my fault, but the camera's all the way over there, all right? But I tried it. Here we go. All right, into the net. He doesn't really have a lot of color, so hard to show him to you guys. By the way, you see this net? Into the tank we go. Bye-bye. This is Seachem's new net, and it's one of the best nets I've ever used. It's got a super strong pull for the big heavy fish that wanna be like, argh. Net is the bomb. Check it out. Next up, this looks like the giraffe. Yep, we got us a young Venustus right here, but definitely already showing a lot of the giraffe patterns. I don't know how well you guys are gonna see that or how well I can zoom in, but he's looking good. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. We're gonna bring that camera over here. Actually, I got a better pan. Much better idea. Next, the Angara flame tail. Wait till you see this guy's color. Oh boy, if you didn't see it through the bag earlier, wait till you see this guy's color. Look at this bad boy. Look at that color. Oh my, oh, hey. Chill out. Woo. Oh boy. New home, guys. 450 gallons. Enjoy. Plenty of space. Plenty of space. Next, I'm going for the flatter type bags. Oh, here we go. The Blaze, the iceberg, baby. I hit record over there. Oh my God, I didn't hit record, bro. I didn't hit record over here. Okay, you missed one up close. That dude was beautiful. But at least I caught it for this stud. Look at this stud. Ooh, oh, don't, relax. I want to give you the good angle, but I know what I got to do. I'm going to change the camera. Enough of that. Been out of the water too long for my taste. Let's do this. That's much better. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, next one. Figuring it out as I go, guys, all right? What was this guy? Doesn't have a lot of color, and I really can't see because the paper's kind of wet. Not too much color on him. Little stressy, little platinum-ish color on him. Okay, who else got a flatty bag? This is a flatty bag, and very dirty. For some reason, this guy was definitely pooping in this bag because this water is really dirty. This is the tangerine tiger. Let's get him out of here. ASAP Rocky. There you go. Look at that nasty water. Tangerine tiger. Got a different kind of blue in the face. Like, it's not a dark blue. I wish this net would allow me. It's not a dark blue. It's a beautiful, like, baby bluish. Let's keep going. So many more bags. Oh, here's a little bit of a flatty. Ooh, baby. This is the one I was excited about. The Eureka Red. Eureka Red. Look at that color. Amazing. Beautiful. Spunky. You don't want to stay still. Let's get them in the tank. We're starting to see a lot of them on the front. I know the water's cloudy, we can't see them swimming, but they come up to the front, we're gonna see them all. What the f? Did this stop recording again? Oh my God, bro. There's a possibility that my cell phone is out of storage because It's cutting my videos as I'm recording them. I know for a fact it's recording right now. We'll see if it stops again. The Turkish peacock. Is it Turkish or turquoise? Because I see some beautiful turquoise color right here. Man, this guy does not want to be still. But he looks excellent. Okay, I am recording this time. I know for sure. Let's get him in. Sorry, bro. Sorry. That's it. No more stress for you. Another dirty-ish bag. Oh, boy. This guy's golden and beautiful. Look at that. Golden. Albino Eureka Peacock. Woo! Oh, that albino is looking like a stud muffin. Beautiful. I'm so excited for this tank. I can't wait to see it clear and full of fish, including these guys in there. What do we have here? We have the saffron peacock. Oof. That bag was full of air. Spit all over me. Saffron peacock. The colors, the colors, the colors. It's what I like. That's why I'm such an African cichlid fan. For me, it's always been about the colors. If you're gonna go freshwater and you want colorful fish, African cichlids, the way to go. Or Discus. See what we have here. Can't read it. Name is completely gone. Another beautiful shade of blue. Okay, he doesn't want to be in the net. No problem. No problem. Notice how some guys are spunkier than others? They all got their personality, huh? Eastern Hap. Eastern Hap going right in. He's all tangled up on the net. Okay, hard to see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Who's this? Oh, losing color, losing color. The Taiwan Reef. He was kind of colorless, if I recall correctly, coming out of the box. But I know that the Taiwan Reef is amazing. I'm pretty sure I have a Taiwan Reef in there too. He's not that dull. He's got some color on him right now. Taiwan Reef. The tank is filling, guys. Don't let me forget that the tank is filling. I'm over here opening bags, but we don't want the tank to overflow either. We got a ways to go. We got time. We got time. Oh boy, this guy's full of color. The OB Peacock is full of color. This guy is super duper happy, even in his bag. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Wow. Wow is all I could say. Holy moly. Into the tank, buddy. Welcome to your new home. Yellowhead peacock. Yellowhead. See what that's about. Hey, more water on the floor. Cool. Yellowhead peacock, but he's kind of blue. Okay. See some yellow in the body. Okay, I got 3 more to go, but my bucket is full. Oh, I should have got this guy out a long time ago. This bag's a little flatty. And the name is, this is the Star Sapphire. Unchipped. Not chipped yet, but he will be. Let's take note of what he looks like right now today. And let's see him in like a year or so when he's fully chipped up. 2 more. Last one's over there. Here we got, oh, the big boy. The Walteri Peacock. This guy's big. Oh boy, look at that fins. Oh my gosh. Look at the color, look at the fins. Oh my gosh. Wow, this guy's a stud. Holy cow. Oh, right into the tank. Let's go, here you go. No more stressful bag. Let go of that. You don't want that. Last one, guys. Last one. But not least, we have a stunner. A stunner. This is the big name I couldn't pronounce. The Alunacara Stuart Granti. A Chilumba. Chilumba I've seen before. Chilumba are beautiful. Oh, man. Chilumba in the building. That's some deep, deep blue. That's a solid, deep, dark blue. Navy bluish. That's the Chilumba blue. Oh my gosh. Okay, into the tank. Gosh. Goodbye. We got all 20 new guys in the tank. Here's what's gonna happen next. I'm gonna finish filling up the tank because I can't filter any of that water until it overflows down into the sump. Once it starts overflowing and we fill up the sump, I'm gonna let the tank run for a couple of hours just to see if we could get it cleared up a little bit more to see all the new guys in the 450 before I grab the established original OG guys and put them in the 450, all right? Let's do that. If you're still here, let me tell you that you are a real one. Also, let me tell you that the best part of this video is about to come up in the second half. The Planet Tank is looking amazing right now. I can't even show it to you because it's too early still. But I want to remind you to hit the like button if you're enjoying the video so far. And also, if you liked all those African cichlids that you saw, you go over to imperialtropicals.com. You use my discount code KaveMan5, but also I have an African cichlid course that will teach you everything you need to know about them so you have no problems. You can check that out at KaveManAquatics.com. let's continue with the video. All right, our sump is pretty much full, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water off right now and get the pumps on and running. As of right now, we're actively filtering the tank, and a question that might come up is, should I add some beneficial bacteria like sea chem stability to the tank? I just put 20 brand new fish in there, right? Keep in mind, I have plenty of seeded media in the sump that still has beneficial bacteria on it. But just for peace of mind, I'm gonna go ahead and add some stability anyway, just in case. Now I got the return pumps running at 100%. I got my wave makers blasting at 100%. We're gonna give it a little bit of time. I gave it about an hour, but as you can see, there's been almost no change. So we got a lot to do today. We can't keep waiting on that. I'm gonna start draining this tank. Let's get these Africans moving. Guess we could start catching Africans, huh? Let's do it. We gotta drain the tank because we're not gonna be able to catch all of them in a full body of water, but we can start catching a few. And I wanna do my best to not grab any of this black substrate and move it over. That's the last thing I wanna do. Removing the rocks, right? So here we go. I have a feeling that my big Africans are gonna look a little smaller in the 450, and my Discus are finally gonna start to look like big Discus to some of you guys in the 210. Perspective is everything, huh? Go for Gordo. We got Gordo. We got Gordo in the building. All right, buddy. I don't want you to fall. Oh my God, he's so heavy. Don't fall. Don't fall, my guy. There we go. Get it right in there. There you go. Enjoy, buddy. As much as I didn't want to pull off this background, I don't want to mess with it. I know that there's at least one more clown loach back there. I know it for a fact, and I'm gonna get them. These are the last two guys. Got him. Now begins the hunt for what lies behind the background. See how difficult this is gonna be. Honestly, I really haven't decided yet if I want to keep that background with the Discus or just completely get rid of it. Because I do have some new decor for the Discus Planet Aquascape. See how hard it is to get these guys. Hello, where are you? Don't see you. Well, I guess the background came off. There you are. And I see the pleco back there too. What's behind my background? A bunch of plant roots. Some more plant roots. A clown loach over there in the corner. A pleco, I saw him earlier, he's right there. I knew he was back there. And look what else I find, that my emergency air, which is that right there, got disconnected who knows when. Look at this thing. My emergency airstone, not even connected to anything, just hanging out over here. My wave maker in the back came off at some point in time, who knows? All right, let's get that clown loach. Hey, what is that? What is that? That is a Frontosa. Are you kidding me? That is a little baby Frontosa that must have survived, I don't know, like a year ago maybe. Look how big it is. I can't believe that. This dude was living back here behind the background. Look at how big he is. That was from one of the fry some time ago, who knows when, that survived, made it to the back and just stayed back there. Never came back to the front. Wow. That's unbelievable. I'm so glad I noticed it. I'm so glad I ripped this background off. I would have never known he was back there. Let's go! Frontosa, baby! All right, I've decided. The background is out of here. You had a good run, my man. You really did. But it's on to new stuff. On to the next. Yeah, we're gonna make this 210 a brand new, beautiful looking, like you've never seen it before. I think that little baby Frontosa inspired me. Cause, yeah. Come on, puppy. Get out of here. Whoa. There she blows. Anybody want to use background? Slightly used. All right, it's catching time. I'm gonna catch that pleco as well. Get him out of here. See if he just jumps right into my net. Okay, Frontosa and clown loach. Oh my God. He's so cute. I gotta show him to you guys. I gotta try to show him. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that little Frontosa, baby. Yes, sir. Let's get these two boys. Pew. Bye. Since I can see the pleco right here, just get him. That was easy. Got the pleco. Oh, he's not happy. He's got his bristles out. Whoa. Let's see if he lets go. Nope, not yet. Let go, buddy. All right. We got everybody from the 210. Everybody's in here. There's the pleco right there. All right. What a mess I have here. African tank, complete. Now we gotta get to work with this disaster. I don't know if you can tell, but look how big those two clown loaches look. Wow. Now I'm definitely getting all of this black substrate out of here because I don't want any of it. It's not gonna do its purpose because since we're gonna have plants in here, I want black soil to supply the nutrients for our plants. And then I'm gonna cap it off with some white sand. All right, we got a lot of substrate to remove here. Anybody see my extension? Shop vac extension? Anyone? I got it. Here we go. All right, here's what we got. It isn't gonna get any much better than this. I have vacuumed as much as I can for tonight. And I think we're starting with a good, clean enough canvas. Let's get to scaping this bad boy. By the way, we haven't seen the Discus in a while, but they are still here and they're all doing okay, as well as the Geos. Whoa, they're in there. They're just chilling. They've got oxygen, they've got heat. They're good. So here's the substrate plan. We're gonna go with Aquavitro's Aquasolum soil, great soil for planted tanks. And what I'm gonna do is add them into zip bags so that I can place them across the back of the background and then place another zip bag on top to give the back a little feel of elevation. I did it with my planted tank and I really liked how that came out, so we're gonna do it again. Zip bag is perfect for soil or any kind of media, and it comes with a plastic zipper, so it does not rust, and it will not leak out of this bag. Now, hopefully, I don't make too much of a mess right here, filling these bags. That's what I wanted to see. As they go in, none of it seeps out of the bag. Zip it up. Look at that. Nothing coming out of there. That's what I wanna see. And this bad boy's gonna go right in this corner. First one in, and on the back. But there's gotta be a faster way than this. You know, when you think to yourself, why do I have all this stuff? Why do I keep all this fish stuff stored away? It's because one day you're gonna use it, trust me. So, if you're asking why I haven't rinsed this Aquasolum soil, as you can see, there's no dust in this soil. There's nothing to rinse off. Look, there's nothing coming out of here. Get these new decor pieces in here. This first beautiful piece comes from my LFS. Shout out to Tropical Showcase in Hicksville, New York. I love this piece. I saw it and immediately had to have it. Wait till you see piece number 2. Let's get this one in the tank first. This bad boy is heavy. Oh yeah. Oh man. And I wanted this piece right here, this long piece, to kind of block all these roots right here from the pothos growing on top. It's perfect. Kind of blocked my thing here, but guess what? I could do this instead. Bam. How you like them apples, eh? How you like them apples? Oh yeah. Check out this stud muffin. Another beautiful piece full of character. I could stand it up tall. I could put it down flat. Whatever I want. Some beautiful Malaysian wood. Let's get it in the tank. This bad boy is heavy. So long it covered up my spot. This is typically a little too much decor for me. You guys that know me, I'm a light decor kind of guy. But I really like these 2 pieces. And I think that when I finish setting up what I plan to set up and add the plants, it might look really good. We're gonna stick with both pieces for now. That's it. That's way better. I think we got it. I think we got it. So I stood this piece up a little more vertical. And now you could kind of see the levels right through it, which I really like. And what I was trying to do was leave this little gap kind of open right through here. You'll see why in a second. I think with the 2 pieces, we're going to be all right. Even though I'm usually a light decor guy, but I think we're going to do all right here. Now we lay the soil. I want to fill the back up first. Check this out. Okay, camera memory cards are full, but I'm done with the first part of the Aquascape. Check it out. Let me know what you think so far. Trying to do something special right here in the middle. Not done yet, but it's late. We've done a lot of work. The Discus are tired of being in this straight up daylight. They want to see some darkness. The African tank is still clearing up. It's gonna be a while, but everybody seems to be doing all right. They're kind of like pressed up on the glass here, like they want to be able to see through the fog, but that's okay. Everybody still seems like they're swimming around normally. We're gonna be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, because I'm not done with this scape, and the fish, the Discus and the Geos are gonna stay in here overnight. I've checked the temperature, it's good. We got oxygenation. I'm gonna cover this real quick with something just to make sure that they are underneath something and we'll go from there. It's day 2 in the fish cave and we have a huge disaster of a mess here, but it's okay because the Discus are doing well in their holding container. The 450 has cleared up enough that we could actually see the background of the tank, and now you get a really good look at how many Africans are in this tank. This is gonna be such a joy to watch and look at. Didn't have a single loss in this tank out of all the 20, including those 2 new guys that were a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Everybody made it. All the guys from the 450 that are in here. This tank's looking amazing. I don't want to turn the light on because it's still a little cloudy and a little hazy, and the light is just gonna reflect off that haze and then we're not gonna be able to see anything. You know what? Let's test that out. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, check that out. Like I said, it's gonna look a little bit hazy. I'm probably super dark right now compared to the tank. Now I would love to show you what this tank looks like when it's completely crystal clear, but we don't have enough days for that, and I'm trying to get this video out to you guys. The rest of the plan for today is to finish the aquascape. We got plants ready to plant. I've got another white substrate that we're gonna cap this black aquasolum soil, and then we get to fill her up and add those discus into their new home. Let's go. So first I want to show you guys where I left off yesterday, just in case I didn't get it. We got the wood in there, we got the soil, we got some river rock in there. I don't like this perfectly U-shaped thing. It's not really what I was going for, so I'm going to be moving that. But I got more rocks to play with, and we got our plants that we're going to plant right after this. First, I want to start smoothing out this soil. There's too many hills and stuff, and I want to brush it off the wood, and then we'll go from there. I was thinking of doing some sort of like a pathway right here in the middle towards the back, but I didn't really like the way it was emphasizing on that little rock path. So I just changed it up to spread the rocks out all over the place, kind of give a little contrast to the wood. It is what it is, it's looking pretty good. Let's grab our plants and get those guys planted. First thing we got, one of my favorite plants is the large Amazon sword. Check that out. These are going in the background. Beautiful looking plants. Get these guys planted right now. Whoa, whoa. Couple more Amazon swords here. Let me try to fill up the background with these. Okay, we've got all the Amazon swords planted into the background. Let me know what you guys think. I'm showing you from the top view first because from down here it's a little harder to see with the reflection, but I think I did a pretty good job. Now we're gonna move on to some aluminum. These guys are called aluminum. Saw them in the store. They look really, really nice. Oh, by the way, check out all the crap that came off those swords. Yeah. But here's the aluminum. It's got this nice little design pattern on the leaves. I think they look really good. These are gonna go in the mid-ground, midway throughout the tank. Let's plant these babies. Before planting the mid-ground plants, what I'm gonna do is actually cap the aqua soil now. I didn't want to do it for the background because it was gonna be tough to get those plants in there in the back, because remember those bags of soil are back there, and it's hard to push the root down through those bags. But for the front, it's gonna be pretty easy to push the roots down into them. So I prefer to get the cap on there now. So I thought I had white sand in order to cap that black soil in my shed, and I don't have any. So I'm pulling up to Country Critters. Remember this place? Let's see if they got the sand for me. Wow. Look at this beautiful tank. Look who came to greet me. Morning. Wow. Hello. Bye guys. See you later. No sand there, but the pool supply stores are open by now. I'm sure we're gonna find it right there. What are we capping it with? Stony River white sand. This is just an inner white sand. It doesn't do anything to the tank. Doesn't raise or lower pH. All it does is look nice and white and pretty. Too much. It's one white bag. One more bag is gonna do it. Yeah, that kind of work. I learned this trick from my man Luis Navarro of Seacamp. Right, getting excited. Let's plant these babies. Okay, me gusta, me gusta. We got one more. I don't know right where it's gonna go, baby. It's just calling for it. It's like, let me here. Yes, sir. Ask and you shall receive. Then we have some Rotala OJ. OJ stands for orange juice, as what I've been told. This has a nice reddish pinkish color to it. So we're gonna put them somewhere like a beautiful little accent piece. I don't know if you can see the reddish, pinkish, purplish on them. Let's see, we're right in the middle. Let's put them right in the middle since there's only one. He grows there. Whew. And he's got that beautiful red spunkiness to him. Whee. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. Now here we got just a little bit of dwarf subulata. These is like just to do a little grassing kind of carpeting element. I don't know if they're really gonna grow or if they're really gonna spread. I didn't get that much, but we're gonna plant them and we're gonna see what happens. Should probably plant them like in the middle. That way, if they do grow, they end up growing, you know, out to the sides. You know, little grassy-like thingy. Little foreground, guys. Will they grow? I don't know, but we're gonna give it a shot because I like them. It's not looking too shabby. Last but not least, of course, we're gonna have our epiphyte plant. I am a fan of Anubias. That's what we got here, if I could get it open. Should have two of them in here. Check out these beautiful beauties. Yes, sir. Ready to go. Let me grab my glue. So epiphyte plants get their nutrients from the water column, not from the soil. So these can go attached to a piece of wood, attached to a piece of rock, whatever you fancy. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a piece of paper towel, just rip a small piece of it off, ball it into a little ball, and we're gonna put some Seacamp Reef glue. And then the part that I put the little bit of glue on, it's gonna stick it right to the root. So that little paper, that little water paper will super glue itself to the plant. And then I'm gonna take my glue, and on the other side of that paper, put some more glue on it. As well as on part of the root. And then we're gonna go stick it where we wanna stick it. And that's it. That puppy's stuck right there. Nubius on that wood. And then I'll do my second one somewhere on the other side. Same procedure. So we'll come over here. Let's put this one up high. She scaped. Let's take a look before the fun part. We've got sand, we've got rocks, we've got wood, we've got plants. You might have just asked, what's the fun part? The fun part is water, baby. Let's go. Will this fill take forever? Absolutely. Is it worth waiting and not mixing up all this sand and aqua soil? Absolutely. We're going to wait and give it time. While we wait for that tank to fill, which is going to take a while, let's feed the boys their first time in the new 450. See how this goes.
Houston, we have a problem.
My scape, bro. Destroyed. As heavy as those pieces of driftwood were, I really did not think that they were gonna float on me. But they floated. They floated. And now I gotta fix this whole thing. These are the trials and tribulations that we go through when we don't have experience. I don't really mess with driftwood. I don't have a lot of it. The only little bit I've ever put was in my planet tank, and I actually glued that to the rock, which makes a lot of sense. But those are small pieces of driftwood. So I thought that these big, heavy pieces of driftwood weren't gonna float. Lesson learned. So this is what it looks like when you have to improvise. So I had a couple of extra small bags of sand, and I put them on top of the driftwood so that at least they can stay submerged underwater for now. And that one already fell. Check that out. I gotta fix that again. But here's the thing. The beneficial bacteria in the canisters on this tank have been off for over 24 hours. And the longer I leave them off without any oxygen, the more that bacteria is gonna die. So I've got the water level above the filter intakes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the filters just to get that bacteria kind of rolling. And then see how long it takes for this wood to stay down on its own. Might not have a video for tomorrow. I can smell it. You can smell the dead bacteria inside the canisters. This goes without saying, but we also added tap water to the tank, so you gotta always dechlorinate with a water conditioner. I'm out of Seachem Prime right now, but I also have a whole bunch of Seachem Safe. Safe is basically the same as Prime, except it's much more concentrated. 1/4 teaspoon is good for 300 gallons. What I am gonna do though is get some stability into this tank right away. 210 gallons worth of stability. Get that cycling through there and get some new beneficial bacteria production going. Okay, it's day 3 and I'm happy to report we have made some progress. This piece over here is now able to stay submerged on its own without any weight on it. This piece over here still needs a little bit of help. It's barely floating, barely. So I still got a couple more bags on there. We're gonna give it a couple more hours. We got the whole day ahead of us, so I think I'll get it done by today. Now, I did destroy my entire substrate. I really wanted a nice white blanket of sand over it. I'll try to fix that after I get these bags out of here, and I know I don't have to move those pieces of driftwood anymore. But I think we're gonna be able to save it. I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna be all right. All the plants are still looking good. I think we're gonna be all right. By the way, the clarity over here is looking pretty good too, day 3. I knew there was a reason to extend this a little bit more. We get a better look at the Africans. Ooh, baby. I am loving the way this tank looks with all those fish in there. Can't wait for it to be crystal clear. We might not get that view in this video, but future videos, future social media posts, shorts and reels, we're gonna have a lot to see here. And look at who I spotted today. There's Big Papa Frontosa on the left, and then there's Baby Fry Survivor Frontosa, looking like about a year old and doing well with his new gang up front and center this time. Okay, it's like the 11th hour, and I've finally been able to take the sandbags off of the driftwood. And this one specifically, I just had to pile a couple of rocks on it here, strategically place rocks like that one right there, but it's being held down. I cleaned up the substrate as best as I could. I didn't want to see a bunch of little black pebbles all over the place. I wanted that nice white color in the top, but I think we're good. I think we're nice and stable here. So, but I'm also seeing a bunch of tannins being released now. The water's getting kind of yellowy. I'm gonna finish filling this up, and once it's full, I'll give it a little bit of time just to make sure that the wood isn't gonna break the whole scape all over again, and then the discus are going right in. Fingers crossed. Guess what I just did? Because that driftwood is leaching a lot of tannins now, I wanted to add some Purigen into my filter, so I just took the whole FX6 out and cleaned the whole thing just so I could put some Purigen in it. Ah! Here we go. I'm finally gonna say I am done with this scape. I did my best to clean up that substrate. It was an absolute mission trying to put this back together, but I liked how good it looked the first time, that I really wanted to get it back the way it was before the explosion. And I think I did a pretty good job. Let's turn these lights on and see what we're working with. So obviously still a little hazy after all the disaster that I went through, but overall I'm super duper happy with this scape. I think I'm getting better with my aquascaping skills even after disaster. As you can see, I still have some rocks on top of the wood at the bottom and at the top, just holding the weight down. Same over here, some rocks holding the wood down because it still wants to float a little bit. And actually I'm kind of liking the way it looks up there. They might actually end up staying there, those rocks, who knows, maybe it was meant to be. But the Discus Planet tank looking excellent. The African tank has cleared up a ton. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let me back up for a second. Let me back up without hitting anything. Woo, look at that. Looking good. All right, it's finally time. It is finally time for the Discus boys to join the tank. Without further ado, let's get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, fish lovers all unite. We have finally reached the moment. We're gonna get these Discus and these Geos into their new tank. I wanna get this out of here. I'm gonna get these little fake rocks out of here so they don't make it difficult for me. I have already checked the temperature of this. We're at about 78 and the tank is at about 80. So it's gonna be okay for them to go right in. And then of course, slowly but surely, we're gonna raise the tank's temp to about 85, 86, where I usually keep my Discus. Let's see how many I can get with the first swoop before they realize I'm coming. Whoa! I got about 3 of them. Yep, 3. Here we go. First 3 into their new home. Oh, they made a mess. Oh boy. But they sure look good though in there. Hey Mikey, I think they like it. Let's get the rest of these guys so the new guys don't feel so alone. Wowza, I got nobody. I got no one. Okay, I got 1 there. All right, here we go. That's a nice 4-piece. Nice 4-piece there. Right in. Hey, hello there. Yeah, I'm bringing all their poop from that thing into the new tank. It's all right. Little fertilizer for the new plants. You're never gonna hurt nobody. Oh, I got a bunch, including the big old Geo. The big Geo's in here. He's gonna make a splash when I get in here. Oh, okay. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. Some of them are congregating in that back corner already. They found the hiding spot. 2 more. Oof, look how big this guy is. Whoa, we're gonna see the size of these discus now. A lot of you thought my discus were small, without considering the fact they were in a 450-gallon tank. Let's try to scoop everybody up right here. Oh, I know I'm not gonna get that pleco till the very last one. Okay, we got a Geo. Let's try to get, you know what? I got a 3 right here. I'm happy with 3. Into the tank. Splasho, splasho. Hey, welcome home, buddies. Welcome home. We got one more Geo, a redhead Tapajos. He's going in. Hello. Howdy doody. And last but not least is this Phantom Pleco that is super fast. I got you, buddy. Got him. Now let's see how long he holds on to the net. Okay, let go. You're safe, buddy. Let go. Hey, he's gone. Landed right on a piece of wood. All right, that's everybody from the bin. The bin is clear. All the discus are back here in this corner, hiding out. Check out where all the discus are. Hello. They're all hiding back here. They found a safe zone back here. I wanted to give you a blown out view of the 2 new tanks in the cleaned up, shiny, and sparkling fish cave, but I just don't have the energy. This is the best I can do right now. This project kicked my butt, from the amount of physical work to the mental gymnastics trying to figure out a mishap on the fly. I've never done a project this big all in one shot, let alone put it all in one video. So if you're still here at this point, I really appreciate you for staying and watching this whole thing. I want to know who you are, so please comment Fish Cave for the W so I can thank you properly. I don't think I've ever been happier with my Africans and my Discus. I feel that African Cichlids look their best in large numbers, and in order to have large numbers, they need to be in a really big tank, so the 450 was the way to go for them. And I really feel that Discus look great when they're in a planted tank. I've always wanted to keep plants with my Discus, and I just couldn't do it in a 450-gallon tank. Now that I have a little bit of experience with plants, I feel like I can maintain this tank and keep it looking healthy and happy and beautiful. This setup was definitely the way to go. I knew that we would choose the right path. I knew we'd get it right. With all that was done over the past 3 days, this tank is still not done. We're gonna be adding new Discus, and we're gonna add, for the first time ever, CO2 on this planet tank, unlike my original planet tank that is low tech. So if you want to check that video out, it's going to be up there when it comes out. By the way, if you're interested in seeing the first ever KaveMan Signature Aquariums full and complete tank install, that video's right there for you. That one's going to be a lot of fun too. But before you go, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, because it took a long time to make. I will see you on the other side. Peace.